Our ultimate goal is to have this facility as an ideal center where the Bangkok Rules find full expression. We recognize that women require interventions that take into account their gender as well as their peculiar circumstances. Through this center, we want to respond to these obvious needs of women to ensure that their period of incarceration is conducive to their rehabilitation, development and reintegration once they are released. Our efforts and policy positions are geared towards addressing and eliminating conditions which are not progressive and fail to advance women rehabilitation. The center will further prevent harm to women who are incarcerated, their families and communities in general. Through this center, we want to harness talents of women offenders and practically demonstrate our commitment to incarcerate them in humane conditions. This gender-responsive center here in Atteridgeville will be completed in phases. As a result, we are able to work together with stakeholders, such as the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, who are able to provide meaningful guidance to the fulfillment of our mandate of incarcerating women in conditions which address their specific needs. I want to take this moment and thank the National Commissioner and his team for converting the center into a gender-responsive center for women. It is thus important that we conclude this work. Mistreatment of women offenders must never be part of our operations. No women offender must be deprived of essential health services and other needs. Let us rehabilitate women offenders in a conducive environment so that upon release, they are reintegrated into society to nurture their children and contribute positively into society.
We are working here with the government of South Africa to support prisons reform. We've noticed in working with the government of South Africa that females do not have specialized services facilities. And because of the unique situation of women and the needs that they may have in the prisons are not being met, an idea was made to provide specific female facility that would ensure that their human rights are being met, that would ensure that if they have their children, the children are safe in prison, but will ensure that they can also be rehabilitated to be ready to be reunited with the community. So part of the work today, launching this specific female center, is the first of its kind in South Africa, and we really look forward to the Bangkok Rules being implemented here. And what do I mean by Bangkok Rules? Bangkok Rules are the standards for the treatment of female offenders. We are hoping that this will provide a conducive environment to ensure that female offenders are treated humanely.
With us establishing and opening this center, which had previously been occupied in the main by male offenders, we want to give them enough space so that their programs of rehabilitation are not interfered with by other programs relating to the needs of males. For instance, the toilets that are there, the bathrooms, have been converted so that they can provide for the ablution needs of female offenders. And of course, the self-sufficiency and sustainability framework, which is about us as DCS, producing what we consume, where we are able to produce it ourselves. They will also be in a position to do that. There's a lot of ground here that is conducive to them producing what they need. Also, of course, what is produced in our factories or production workshops, I'm sure that is going to be facilitated.